Today is Sunday, June 23rd. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and it's mid-60s, which I think is kind of unusual for this time of year. I think we're usually, the lows are in the 70s, so this is pretty. Let's see, weather-wise, we had some really windy days this last week, and most of the temperatures were in the 90s. We did hit 100 a couple of days, but other than that, this has been pretty nice so far. And spring is over, and so we're getting into summer now. And I'm just amazed that it hasn't been hotter than it has. Anyway, this is my garden diary. Let's start out by showing that our crepe myrtle has bloomed, and I think it's been a few years for us, so that's kind of neat. That true red tip, we had to cut it back again. It was getting some kind of fungus on it, so here's this pot. This marigold I planted is doing okay in here, and there's a pink petunia that we planted, and this is what's amazing. Just the tip of this is sunny right now, but it'll get sun about halfway down until noon. But this is amazing to me that this plant's done so well. And there are little tomatoes on it. Trying to find one. Oh, right here. I think there's bigger ones somewhere. I just don't know where they're at right now. But this has grown up pretty high. You can tell that it's cooler. The swamp cooler's not even on this morning. Nice and peaceful. Calibrachoa, or the super bells. This, I meant to cut this back further. I cut the center, and I should have trimmed all the way around it. I got distracted, and now it's kind of laying over. Looks like a big huge bush, and it's a mom. Okay, I've given up on this area over here. Not the aronia berries. Those are slow growing, but I'm fine with that. They at least look healthy, but the artichokes probably just don't like this environment. Wanted to show that oleander spiked up back there. We lost all the pomegranates. I think I probably mentioned that. Show how the sun hits on everything this morning. Those super bells are looking nice. We pulled the petunias out of this concrete planter here, and we're gonna put a purple lantana like over there in here. So those are pretty, all denim waves. Then these plants got a little bit wind whipped. We had one day where it was just windy in every direction. It wasn't like it was coming from like a prevailing wind. It was just coming from every direction. My husband planted those petunias, but we think we're going to move those back into this bed since the wind has kind of left an opening for us. And we'll probably plant a lantana there. There's an agapanthus, it's still thriving. No blooms on this petunia yet. Oh, got our first little color on that. I pulled out the firethorn that was up there. We're going to put a purple lantana up there, so that'll be nice. These little guys are doing good. I didn't show these. I think we clipped off, yeah we did, we clipped off some color. In fact, we didn't get, this one's got color starting on it. We'll probably let it go now. It's kind of good to clip the color so that you build up the root system. Here's the salvia starting to come out. They look real pale right now, but I think they'll get brighter looking. There's some back there too. This was the one that was blooming and we cut it back. The plant gets bigger when you do that, that's for sure. We lost a flower that was a gladiola that was there. The wind just broke it off. That's got some flowering starting too, some budding. This got flowers. These are good growers. Really pleased with those. I got some pollination mess in that one. My husband cut back this Calibrachoa, this purple one. Actually, he cut back both of these. So they're just starting to come back. They look pretty healthy. These waves are just awesome looking. It's pretty. Once these agapanthus get big, they'll look a lot prettier and full and lush. Then all those, I'm so glad most of them are purple. We have purple and white up at the top, so it was hard to figure out if I was getting purple or white ones. They hadn't bloomed in many years because of the shade up there. It's just too shady anymore. Didn't used to be. Here's the blueberry. Oh, here's this. I need to plant something in there too. And we have lots of little plants to plant, so. Zinnias. chamomile. I didn't know chamomile were that tiny. Here's the gojis. They really like this place now. It's their loving home. It's my cucumber. That plant's just looking kind of weak, but this is not usually. Oh, there's another cucumber. I don't know if I have any back here or not. Doesn't look like it. Should the sun coming up. Well, the sun's been up for a while, but there's 2 tomato plants over here and a aronia berry. And that aronia berry's probably getting bigger. So that could mean that they don't like it over on the other side of the house. There's my rue. There's my oregano. These tomato plants aren't liking it over here. There's the spaghetti squash. I don't know what this little plant is, but I'm not going to pull it up. It's cute. This is getting spindly looking. Not filled in like the other one. Here's a Kajari melon. I think there's lots of them on here. Yeah, here's another one. Little hairy one. Bean plant is going up and over. My husband's been training it. That's why this ladder's sitting here. This one's a little slower. Eggplant back here kind of fighting for space. The basil's looking pretty. These are Kajari melons. And these big bad boy zucchinis. They're not bad though. They're not bad. Lots of tomatoes. None of them very pretty, but very tasty. Real sugary. Oh, those are dragging on the ground. Got some African daisies. The okra are liking, and the little ones are coming in better. Those are my Tigger melons. I think those are tomatillos back there. That's my only midget cantaloupe. Everything else needs to probably come out of this bed, especially these big plants. Oh, got another one that came in. Yay! That took a while. And then we've got 3 sugar baby watermelons. Oops. We were going to plant flowers along the edge, but haven't done that yet. Oh, these. 8-ball zucchini. They're pretty. Probably, maybe they're supposed to be silvery. I don't know. They don't look as dark and green as the other ones, but there's some more tomatoes. These are the Paul Robeson. And I will be picking those probably soon enough. These are tomatillos that are in here. Oh, that's like a squash bud. Oh, I got my first eggplant. Yeah, I think that's a critter I don't want in here. Gotta go get some gloves. There's a petunia. These are looking... Oh no, that's a calibrachoa, I think. These like their pots. Say that bird doesn't like me in the garden. Oh well. That's my garden diary. Today is Saturday, June 15th, and this is what we got out of the garden. Most of these are purple Russians, and they're not the prettiest actually, they're kind of pretty on the camera, but they're not the prettiest, but they are definitely tasty. 1 Fresno chili and 2 cherry tomatoes. Okay. Today is Monday, June 17th, and this is what I got out of the garden. I got 3 purple Russians, about 8 cherry tomatoes, and 1 zucchini. Today is Wednesday, June 19th, and this is what we got out of the garden. There's quite a few cherry tomatoes in here, and a lot of purple Russian. And I believe there's only this one Paul Robeson. And some of them are blemished, but I think they're going to be delicious. Anyway, quite a few. Yummy. Today is Sunday, June 23rd, and this is what we got out of the garden. About 7 okra, lots of cherry tomatoes, 1 strawberry, and then some purple Russian. And these are the ones that were laying on the ground out there that looks like the vine snapped. So I'm gonna leave those on the vine for a little while and see if that makes any difference.